Hey guys, Scott Patton here, and today I've got a new what's happening on Chickamauga. It's really been a good bite so far. You know, I've been back from New York for about a week. I fished at Major League Fishing 12 Series tournament down there. Had a good time catching a bunch of big smallmouth. But anyways, I'm gonna go through what I've been doing this week, and honestly, the fishing's been pretty good, even though it's been heating up out there. Early in the morning, it's a really good bite. I myself have been covering a lot of water. And then if you catch it later in the evenings or pulling current, stuff like that, you can go out and catch them on ledges or shallow, either way. I've been mostly fishing shallow this week just to stay away from the 4th of July crowd. But the fish are biting both shallow in the grass and they're biting out off the ledges too. So I'm going to start out with the shallow bite first, you guys. And you know, my number one bait has been the wacky rig or Nico rig Cinco that I've been fishing. I fish down here all the time. I'm using a number one Gamakatsu B10 Singer hook, and Green Pumpkin Magic's been good. Anything kind of dark seemed like it's worked real good this week. Let's see, I'm trying to think of other colors I've been throwing. Like I said, Green Pumpkin Magic. Something Green Pumpkin with red in it has worked good. You know, I'm still using, I'm putting a band around it, of course, and I'm still using that 1-inch finishing nail, fishing over high gorilla back in the creeks. Any kind of water, anywhere from 3.5 to 1 foot deep. It seems like it's been key to me. Some of these fish today, you know, we lost a 5-pounder today, and that fish was in a foot of water around 9:30 this morning. Earlier in the week, one day we had 2 7-pounders, caught a 7 and 7.5. You can see the pictures and stuff on my YouTube. I'm sorry, not my YouTube, but my Facebook page and stuff. But anyways, wacky rig's been catching a lot of fish today. We did a half a day, just me and another guy today. We put over 20 in the Phoenix today, just on that wacky rig, and continues to keep moving and covering water. Seems like one key's has been finding the bait, you guys. I'm using my active target, scrolling around. If I find any, like if I'm looking for new areas and stuff like that, I'm scrolling around looking for that bait. When I find bait, you're going to see bass chasing that bait. And we've caught some fish also. You know, I've caught a majority of them on that wacky rig, but we've also been catching some fish on a jackhammer. This golden shiner or just a shad colors work real good. It seems like I can do better with this if I have some wind or cloud cover or storms coming through, which we've been having here this past week, a lot of storms. But right before those storms, they get more aggressive, and I've been able to catch them on this bait here, jackhammer too. Like I said, golden shiner or shad pattern, either one of those work. Most of this water's really clear. Now, this one key I've been doing, and I kind of hate letting the cat out of the bag here, because we've been having these storms. I've been going back in the creeks that's got a creek flowing into them, because it's kept that water stained back there. I've been able to go there a little bit later in the morning if I need to, after I fish some of my other areas where the water's clear, you know, 10 o'clock or so. I'll go back in those creeks. I've even started in some of those creeks and done really well, but I've been just kind of saving that dirtier water for later in the day, or later in the morning rather, catch me some more good fish. Another bait that's worked on some mornings, again, if you got some weather, I've been throwing that Lucky Craft 95. It's done real good, walking it and stopping it, not getting real excited with it, not making too much action with it. I'm throwing it on like a 6-10 pound rod, 17-pound test monos while I'm throwing it on. Sometimes on this bait here, it's good, that 95 gunfish, it's good to go 15-pound test, but I try to stay with that 17-pound line, and I just spray Real Magic on there, keep that line from getting too twisted up. It makes that bait work a lot more. But day in and day out, most of the time, I like throwing that bait on 15-pound test line. It just walks better. And again, you guys, it seems like they haven't been wanting that thing going crazy. They just want to walk a couple of times, sitting still, walk it, sitting still is when they'll eat that thing. But it's definitely been a morning thing, or I've caught a few on it, you know, right before storm's gonna hit. But still, if you're fishing shallow, you guys, I'm telling you, These are some baits I had to have tied on. I haven't thrown a buzz bait, but like I say, I think a guy could. All in all, I've been keeping that Cinco in my hand because like I tell guys, you might get one fish on that top water, and I might get 4 or 5 on that Cinco. It just works. The water's clear in a lot of these places over in the back of the creeks, and it just looks more natural to these fish, and it puts fish in the boat, especially on Chickamauga. So that's kind of been what I've been doing shallow. Now out offshore, of course, you can ledge fish. You know, I've even gone on some of the bluff walls and some of these creeks and stuff like that. We've been drop shotting some on that. Some of the guys that want to fish offshore or deeper, I've done real good, you know, drop shotting with 3/8 ounce weight on the bluff walls and out off some of the ledges. You know, it seemed like, again, early in the morning, that's work, or in the afternoon, it seemed like we've been getting more current, so I've been using that drop shot. That's just a little 4-inch morning dawn color. The morning dawns and the robo worms have worked good. This green pumpkin blue, a robo worm, has worked really good too. You know, and I'll go to a straight little green pumpkin. You just kind of got to fish around. These fish are seeing a lot of drop shots, but they're catching fish too. I'm throwing on 15-pound test braid. Same thing I'm throwing my wacky rig on, 15-pound Seaguar braid, and a 12-pound Seaguar fluorocarbon leader is what I'm using. I like that 12-pound test. Like I said, today we had a couple of those good fish, you know, them 4-pounders. Get you down that grass. If you got too light a line, they're going to break off on you guys. So that 12-pound test is like a happy medium for me, to where I can still get the strikes, and it's a little bit strong enough to get those fish out of the grass. I had one, my guy today had one, you know, solid 5-pounder, jump, fought it, come up to the boat, just wasn't ready for the net yet. It got buried down in that grass. You know, it pulled loose and it took off running down the side of the boat. And I think it actually hit my rub rail. My boat's got some jagged, you know, parts where I've been hitting docks and fishing and stuff like that. But it's crazy because it went right down there and it broke that daggone line. It's a shame because it was our best fish of the day. But back to the ledge bite. You know, you got your drop shot has been working, and of course your crankbaits, especially if there's current out there. I love to throw a big crankbait when they're pulling current. Catches a lot of fish. Anything shad pattern, there's a bait. You know, of course there's shad and stuff out there, and then this yellow striped bass is a real good color. These are Lucky Crafts 6XTs, great baits, durable baits. They come with good hooks already on them, paint jobs to stay on, and they catch fish. And but anything in these two colors, you guys, I'm throwing this bait on 12-pound test line. I'm using about a 7.4 rod to throw this bigger crankbait on. You can go to 7.6 if you want to. I like that 7.4 unless I go to something bigger. It seems like I can just handle the bait better. I can catch it, and it's not as heavy on me out there fishing. But that's kind of what's been going on, you know, right now. You know, we're going into the summer. We've been having these afternoon storms going through. Take advantage of those guys. I'm telling you, you're going to catch them right before those storms hit. We've had that one day, it was perfect timing, where we were fishing right before the storm came in, and it was going crazy. And finally we said, man, we better go. So we ran on in. But you know, guys, I got some days open. If you're looking for a guide trip, give me a shout. My information's on here. You can see my website, scottpattonfishing.com. And if you want to go fishing, like I said, give me a shout. You guys, I appreciate you watching. Make sure you subscribe. I really appreciate it a lot. You know, leave me a comment. Let me know how you're doing and all that good stuff. And if you see me on the water, give me a shout. Thanks a bunch again, guys, and we will see you out there on the water.